Hello everyone, you're welcome to the Pioneer STEM Show, and this week we're going to continue with our Women in STEM series. I hope you've enjoyed the series that we've brought to you so far. Thank you so much for tuning in again this week. We love to be that show that you tune into every week. My name is Choma Omolaye.
And based on data and statistics, my name is Bumi Balogun.
Based on logistics, his name is Bumi Balogun. And so we have another woman in STEM. She's into data analytics. She has a company of her own. Isn't that interesting? Her name is Chinelo Okafor, and she'll be joining us shortly. She's already with us. We'll bring her as soon as we come back from this short break. Welcome back. We have engineer Chinelo Okafor with us here on the Pioneer STEM Show, the Women in STEM special series. Thank you so much, Ma, for coming. Thank you.
Please let's meet you better.
Okay, so I'm the founder of Daisy Tech Limited. Daisy Tech Limited is into digital marketing, data analytics training, and engineering services. So my first degree is electronics engineering, and my master's is in electrical engineering power section.
Whoa, you've got masters.
Yes.
What is it like to be an engineer?
Okay, while I was in the industry where I worked for 7 years as an engineer, so a telecom engineer. So it's been an interesting journey for me.
Wow.
But I would just pick one challenge that I actually found out during this years in the industry. So what I found out that is the ability to negotiate my salary. Yeah.
It's interesting.
So I found out that even with my certification, when I'm being called for job, but when I'm called for job because of my certification and my experience, I found out that the negotiation part is actually get to be low, because I wouldn't know, maybe an unconscious bias whereby why should she be paid high? Whoa. Why shouldn't I be paid high? I'm an engineer. I had 5 years with other males, so why shouldn't I be paid high? So these even for female HR, not even just male, yes, the kind of these unconscious bias that why should a female paid earn higher?
Men have more responsibilities than women.
You can
Do
imagine.
you think so?
The funniest thing is that in this time and age, we have a family that women are the breadwinners.
Exactly.
So you cannot tell from the table of HR. Just give the person the job according to the salary scale. So why differentiate in gender? I can even give you an experience, the one I had recent before I actually went into business.
Okay.
The last job I took.
Wow.
So they called me because I'm Cisco certified.
Okay.
So when I got into the interview, they were impressed with my certification, because I had my CCIE written, although I didn't do the practical aspect. So they were happy with it, and they would like me to work with them for that. So on doing the negotiation of the salary, so they said, okay, we are going to pay you this particular limit. And I'm like, okay, I have this certificate, I have this experience, then I should be paid this. And the HR was telling me that let me tell you, if you go beyond this level, I assure you we are not calling you. Can you imagine? Putting me on the edge. So I'm like, okay, fine, let me just take it. And that is mostly what happens to females. We are easily, when we a little threat and we are off balance in our negotiation. So that's mostly what happened.
Thank you so much. Thank you. That was very insightful. So what led you into this field? I mean, as a young girl, why did you choose this field now that you're facing this bias?
Okay, what led me into engineering is because of the passion I have to be able, because I see that we are having issues in the power sector. So I felt that I can be able to add value in power sector and make everyone in Nigeria have, so that ventured me that I can actually add value. I didn't even see that is it male dominated. Whoa. I just said that this is a passion that I need to do something to be able to help our country's situation in power.
Great. Have you had people in time past that have told you, why do you want to study this? why this is a male-dominated field? Have you had people back then as a young girl that discouraged you, into this field, or even while you were studying?
Okay, this one even happened recently. I can even tell you last year.
Whoa.
So when we went for an exhibition, and Daisy Tech Limited was among the exhibitants, and when we were asked, a man just called and met me and said, okay, he asked me, okay, so you sell this for which people? I said, we produce this.
Wow.
My company, my team of engineers, we produce. This is our first product in Daisy Tech Limited. Would you like to buy?
Yeah.
They said, wow, so you're a female, and why do you choose to do engineering in a male-dominated discipline? I was like, what's wrong with that? And I don't see that as an issue. It's a passion. This is what I want to do. I can help, and I felt that I should enter the field. So you can imagine such the way people think in our society.
And he was saying it with such what's it called? What was the expression
confidence.
Of? Like you shouldn't have no accolade, nothing.
Nothing. He was surprised.
More like a disgust.
You can imagine. You can imagine.
Wow, that's so strange. So
the part that even gets me now, you really say that our Nigerian university graduate engineers are good.
Okay. They are not just good, they are awesome. You know why? Wow. Because as an engineer, my project, if I actually brought out my project and implemented it, I would have added immense value in the country. But we engineers, we have ideas. We can actually implement it, but it costs us money. We're talking about getting a job for us to eat and telling us to go and get our design out there to get a prototype without funding. You can imagine. So if they fund us, as in our ideas, I bet you will see marvelous. Even you can see marvelous things that people are doing, but because of lack of funding, they are restricted with their potentials.
Thank you so much. Talk to us about the Lagos State Employment Trust Fund, feat that you recently achieved.
Oh, thank you very much for that. Yes, so the Lagos State Employment Trust Fund, they celebrated their 5 years.
Okay.
So they had a competition for startups like us to be able to apply for a pitching competition on Instagram. So we saw it and we applied. We made our pitches talking about our digital marketing services, talking about our data analytics training, talking about our engineering services and how we would like to expand. So they got interested, and we're among the 11 persons, amongst all the people that applied. We are 11 that they chose, and we went in for the competition, and we had our judges. I presented my slides and we made our pitches, and luckily for us, we were among the 5 persons.
You did that online, or it was physical?
It was physical, yes.
Wow,
yes, they actually we had this Zoom session with them.
First of all,
Zoom session with them, with the judges, and we presented our slides, and we won. We are among the 5 winners, and we are really appreciative to Lagos State for having confidence in startups like us, and giving us motivation to do more.
To do more and to forge ahead, and even more so to a woman in STEM. You talked about AVR. What's AVR? Please, can you delve deeper? And the fact that you manufactured this AVR. So what is it about? I haven't heard of it before.
Okay. Okay, thank you. So automatic voltage regulator, it's a device that is needed, it's an electronics device that is needed in generator to function properly when it comes to voltage stability. Okay, so every generator have an AVR, but what we find out that most times these generators, before you know it, their automatic voltage regulator device have spoiled. But and we found out that this is an observation, and for them to be able to get another new one, they have to import it from Europe. You get, so the cost of importation and the device itself. So, and we just saw that this is a challenge. We need to penetrate into the market with such a device. So we went into building one, and we came up with one that is rugged. Because we looked at our environment. So what can we do in order to make this AVR to last? And we joined hands with our team of engineers, and we built this AVR. And I bet you we've tested it in 3 heavy generators
Wow.
and heavy duty generators, and
Wow.
they are working perfectly well. As I'm talking to you, they are still working.
Wow.
So we have the prototype now. We are yet to go into manufacturing because of finance.
Wow.
So yes, because of finance. So we hope that by the time we are funded and to an extent by investors that are interested, and we can be able to go into the local market. And I wouldn't believe it, I'm an IEEE member, International Institute of Electrical Electronics Engineers, and I have this people in South Africa, and they're like, if you have this AVR, we South Africans, so it's even open to African markets.
Wow.
So we have the markets. The question is the finance to even start the production.
I just hope an investor that is watching the Pioneer STEM show will give you a call. Her number is right here on the beneath your TV on the screen. So please reach out to her. She's looking for investors in AVR. And the good thing with the AVR that you manufacture is that when it gets spoiled, because when it wears and tears over time, you don't need to go import again from Europe. It's already here.
It's already
in Nigeria.
Yeah.
Wow.
What I want to find out is, I don't know much about generators, right?
Yeah.
But I'm believing that the parts that they use in making generators differ. From one generator production company to another. So does your AVR fit in all?
So we have the range of generators that we are working with is from 125 kVA to as much MVA generators. So we are actually after heavy duty generator because you know they are everywhere in the banks. You have generators, and people that are manufacturing have generators. So we are looking at that sectors. We have different AVR for different KVAs and up to MVA.
You know, this is quite interesting, right? Sorry, I'm a bit intrigued. But at the same time, I also want to find out. So you are the founder of Daisy Technology.
Yes.
Right. Daisy Technology is doing digital marketing services. Daisy Tech Limited.
Yes.
Is doing digital marketing services, data analytics training, and even engineering.
Yes.
Now, do you have really superpower?
Thank you.
How do you manage the knowledge of your staffs across board, or do you have staffs for different services? Or do you try to train everybody to know everything as long as you're in basic tech? Is that
it's not possible? Yes. So we have the different departments. We have the data analytics. Basically, you have skills. We have different instructors for our data analytics training, and we have the digital marketing. They have their certification on digital. So it's basically a sector with its own peculiar skills. Yes, so you can imagine that by the time we have support in funds, we can actually employ more people. Not just employ more people as a staff, we can also train more people, because data analytics is an in-skill here.
Yes, it
so
is.
we can train more people on data analytics to pick up foreign jobs and even local jobs, and also train engineers on designs or like AVR, and even they have their own designs, like even their projects, their engineering projects. You can even actually help them to show how to be able to get into the market if we are able to penetrate the market. Finally, and we hope so too.
Talking about training, do you see more of women, embracing this field, or more of men?
Okay, you mean engineering?
The data analytics. Yes.
Okay, the data analytics. I've been training for a while, and I bet you mostly it's men that comes for the training.
What is wrong with the women? I didn't want to assume. So please, what is wrong with us?
Okay. I wouldn't know.
Kudos to the men,
and I'm asking, what is wrong with us?
I wouldn't know the challenge, but I feel they are being skeptical because they feel that data analysis is all about coding. But it's not about you. You can agree with me. It's not about coding.
It's not all about coding.
So I think it's the coding that is scaring them. Yes, because we have the business analytics. And it's not, there's no coding in business. Yes. It's not about Power BI, Tableau.
Have visualization. Exactly. There is no coding if you're scared of coding.
But then even at that, I had a conversation with a friend the other day, a lady, and she was running away from software development. And I was like, why? She said coding. So even at that, why are women scared of coding? What exactly is in coding that is causing them to even run away?
Please, what is that? Is it that it's too brain tasking? Or we're shying away from, tasking our brain? Because I code, So what is it?
Okay.
Women, what is it?
Probably we are what you have the word is brain tasking, because as a woman there's a lot of things to balance.
Example.
You have the family.
The man too has family.
Yes, but the woman does the majority of the work. Yes, taking care of the man himself.
Yes.
Taking care of the children.
Kitchen.
And taking care of coding. So you can imagine, coding is brain taxing. You have to give yourself in order to get it done well. Even I have a friend of mine that is into coding. They call him coding mom.
Oh.
They call her coding mom. So you can imagine, but she actually doesn't take all jobs because she has to also have time for her family.
So you are married.
Yes.
So how have you been able to juggle it?
Okay, yeah.
Let's learn from your success story, because all these we're saying, these challenges, I'm sure can be surmounted. So how have you been able to, move on?
Okay, yeah. I happen to have a supportive husband. So
great. That's what I want to hear.
So I probably my advice to younger women that are yet to get married, while you are courting your
fiance, boyfriend,
you can be able to look at if he's interested in your career.
Yes.
Yeah, because even before I even got married, I got some tutors telling me that, well, if I get married to you, you will be my housewife.
Wow.
So such persons, it's a no for me.
Unless if you want to be a housewife, that's
so you have
fine.
to look into that to know whether your husband have to support you in your career for you to be able to be successful in whether you are coding or you are an engineer. You have to have the support of your family. That support is very important in order to balance your work and your family life.
Okay, thank you so much. And now let's talk about that family, because they are watching. Now the family may be being the mother, father, fiance, husband. So why should they be interested in, bringing up a woman or encouraging a woman in this field? Okay,
now one thing that my husband saw in me that made him to keep pushing me in this field is that he saw that I was passionate about it.
Great.
Yes, he saw the passion in me and he felt that there's potential that needs to be harnessed.
Shout out to Mr. Okafor. Shout out to you. Okay, great.
So the question is, does your spouse believe in you what you are doing? It depends on discussion. When you are discussing with someone, when I tell someone about your career, even the person, my husband is not an engineer, but when I talk to him about, he wants to listen. He's interested. Even if he's a businessman, is he interested in what you are doing? That's a flag whether it's going to work.
And also, like you said, and how passionate are you also relating it? Is it like, so great. So thank you so much. We've enjoyed so much from your wealth of knowledge. Thank you so much. You've done so much. She's available to as a role model. So for those of you out there, young girls and women, her Instagram handle is
Daisy Tech Limited.
Daisy Tech Limited. You're also on LinkedIn.
Yes, and on Facebook.
She's on Facebook, Daisy Tech, as you see on the screen, DAISY, Daisy Tech Limited. Thank you so much. And we call it a wrap with engineer Chinelo Okafor. We'll be right back after this short break.